Hello, digital learners. I wanted to share a few things with you today. So if you look at our team tile and look at the general channel, you'll notice an announcement from me for Google Classroom. You already have a sign-in for Google Classroom, whether you've used it yet or not. So you go to your single sign-on, just like you do to access everything else we use, and you would go to Google Apps. The way you log in is the same as how you log into iReady. So you use your school email account, which is your first name dot last name at hernandoschools.org, and then your password is the same as it is for everything else. If you use this link here, it will take you directly to my Google Classroom. That's where we're going to try to use some centers this week, trying to have a little bit more fun and interaction for you all to use this week and moving forward. So that is new, the Google Classroom link. Make sure you check that out. Also, you may have noticed my other post in Class Dojo about our virtual classroom. So when you click on virtual classroom and you click on the tab up at the top, it takes you to our Bitmoji room. So remember, I can click these arrows and make it larger so I can read everything better. Notice I have a note to you about our week and reminding you about the October raffle that's happening. I've done some decorating for fall, as you can see. And remember that when you click on math or you click on science, it takes you to those parts of the classroom. And there's also a link here for Class Dojo for you. So I'm going to click on math. And here we are in our updated math classroom. You notice that the math groups are posted on the bulletin board here for Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. We are back to 4 groups. I will be posting in the general channel this week. As I'm about to call groups, I will post it there, and I will also try to give you a schedule ahead of time like we spoke about. Each day I'll tell you roughly what time I hope to call your group so you can be ready to join me at that time without me having to call you individually. So notice these are the 2 learning goals we have for this week, the standards we're working on. We're revisiting decimals. So we're going to read, write, and compare decimals to the thousands and use place value understanding to round decimals to any place. Over here, you may notice that there is a must-do bucket and a may-do bucket. We're going to try something moving forward that hopefully will make it a little easier for you to know what you absolutely have to do for a grade and is required from you each day, and then what you may do if you have extra time. So with the may do, I don't want you to think of it as completely optional. It is something that you should be trying to get to at least a few times during your week. But let's start with the must do's. So I'm going to click on the must do box, and it takes me to our must do page. Here on the whiteboard, I have a list for you for this week of things that you must get done. So the weekly spiral review each day on Dojo, I haven't moved it. It's staying in Dojo for now. That seems to be working for us. There are iReady teacher assigned lessons. You may notice that the read and write decimals and compare decimals are past due if you have not done them yet. So they would show up on your to-do list when you log into iReady, and those were actually due a couple weeks ago. So like I said, I know we paused decimals, so now we're returning to it. If you are one of the students who haven't completed read and write decimals or compare decimals, I need you to do those first, please, and then move on to round decimals. Also, make sure that you're attending small group sessions with me this week, and you do at least 1 lesson a day in iReady with a minimum of 100 minutes time on task for the week. Remember that when you're in learning games, it does not count. It also doesn't count if you just log in and let it sit open. It knows that you're not working. And then there's more info on science to come. In the top corner of this scene, you see where it says finished early. Click here to go to the may do room. You can click on this to go to centers and practice. So here we have things that you can do when you finish. So for example, if you click on the place value, it's going to take you to our Google Classroom, which you're going to be signing up for, and it'll take you to the assignment of place value centers within Google Classroom. So here is understanding place value, and when you click on the center itself, it opens as slides like this. Now notice here it gives you directions. Down here it says click on each question to erase and type in the information. So if I were filling this in, I would say Mrs. Diavanzo, and the date is 10/5/20, or whatever day I started on. Okay. Then as I look at the next one, it says click on answer to erase and type in the correct answer. So the value of the 3 in 45,368 is 300. The value of the 9 is 9. The value of the 5 is, we've got 1,000, 10,000. So the value of it is 50,000. Okay, you get the idea? And so each one is going to give you directions. Like this one says click on answer to erase and type in the correct answer, then drag the pieces on the bottom to correctly cover the yellow boxes on the page. So if this were the right one for the top, I would drag it up here and cover the yellow box. So on and so forth. Okay, so there are several slides. Obviously you want to get through all of these in a day. This is just the Place Value Practice Center. There's also another one for multiplication that you can continue to review. So we're working on decimals as our new learning, and then in centers you're going to continue to work on place value and multiplication this week. There's also a link here to Prodigy. Here's our Prodigy code. I noticed that only a handful of you have joined Prodigy so far. I will be using it as an opportunity for us to deepen our learning, so I do need everyone to create a Prodigy account this week. So if you need help with that, please let me know. But you go to Prodigy, and if you have never had an account before, you say don't have an account, you sign up. If you do have an account, then you would sign in with your credentials, and then the code that I shared with you here is what you would use to get linked to my class. Okay, so that is our virtual classroom, and I want you to get used to using it a little bit more than what we have been. I'm going to post more and do more things with it than what we have been doing so far. I do want to also show you, I need to put a place to navigate back to the beginning on here. So I have to trick it and go out and come back in. I did post as you go, like so when you're in math, remember there's a little screenshot to go back. I'll add those to our new pages. But I have hidden something here. So I want you to look around this page, see what you can find. There's going to be a place that you click that will take you to our virtual bulletin board. Remember the pumpkins that you created for me? Some of you are still working on them, but I am displaying them virtually in our Bitmoji classroom. So explore a little bit and see what you find there. Okay, I think that's it for today. I will see you in small group sessions later. Bye.